Hi, my name is Connor Sandy, and I'm doing my report on psychological disorders and the effects of gut health on general anxiety. Here are my sources. I'll point out a couple of them. I use this link a lot. This helped me understand how probiotics help with stress and anxiety. Uh, this is a great link. It explains all the foods that you really shouldn't be eating um, because of the imbalance to your gut biome, and we'll talk about that later. This is a good one that I use to help me understand the different types of anxiety and what symptoms there are to look out for to recognize what anxiety you have. So I chose this topic because my wife has leaky gut syndrome, and so she has to eat a very strict diet, and therefore I've been eating very strict um, with her, and I've been doing this for about 4 months. So I've noticed the change within myself. My whole life has really changed because of my eating habits now, and I just feel more focused and healthy. It's a really night and day difference between how I used to feel, just physically and mentally. So I suggest um, I suggest eating and being cautious of what you're eating to help with this. So yeah, what you eat is important. Each food breaks down different ways and has different roles in the body. So just really understanding what you're eating and how it will affect your mood or whatnot is important. Gut microbiota is a term that scientists use to describe all the different species of bacteria that live within your gut. Um, they say that upwards of 10 to 100 trillion bacteria live inside the gut, weighing around 3 to 5 pounds, just as much as your brain. So they even describe your gut as a second brain because of all the information it carries to your brain. So to help explain this process, it's called the gut-brain process, and the gut transfers this information through the vagus nerve. Um, uh, to get into more detail, when you eat, the food is broken down and it makes its way through the small intestine. And the small intestine is composed of, along the wall, is composed of villus. And the villus is a multicellular structure that all the cells have different purposes and recognize food in different way. The important cell is the enteroendocrine cell for gut health. So this cell recognizes the food and the nutrients being passed through the gut and really transfers that information to the brain through these electronic signals through the vagus nerve. Microbiota imbalances are what cause stress and anxiety, as well as other psychological disorders. So they might not be the exact cause of them all the time, but they are definitely causes in different situations. There's a lot of factors that are involved with anxiety and induced behavior, but an imbalance in your microbiota is going to definitely offset your anxiety hormones. The stress hormone is called cortisol, and an imbalance in your gut will activate a more secretion of this hormone. But certain foods do help lower that cortisol count. So fermented foods and fiber are the main ones that you want to be eating to help digest those non-digestibles, because there are non-digestible foods out there that we need in order to have the nutrients we need to stay alive. But those can't be digested without the help of those fermented foods and fibers. So that's all I have to show for gut health. I hope you enjoyed it and learned a lot about our second brain. Um, Thank you very much.